What is going on, family? Hope everyone is well. Welcome back to day 2 of the Tukhi Trading Masterclass. Hope you guys are having a solid day so far. Today's lesson, obviously, if you guys can't see from the title so far, is going to be covering really having that ultimate mindset shift going into trading, really just shifting your mindset as a whole, going into the markets, really aiming to become a profitable trader. So I'm going to go ahead and hop right into it. Real quick, I do want to say, if you haven't watched the introduction / day 1 masterclass, go ahead and watch that real quick before you guys dive on into this. But let's go ahead and hop on into the slideshow for today's lesson. It's mainly going to be a slideshow / talking lesson, mainly due to the fact that we're just going to be covering, having that ultimate mindset shift like I mentioned, and there's not really much to really go over in terms of the chart. So let's go ahead and hop right into the slideshow. So a couple of different things that I want to go over, but first, what should we really get rid of? What are some things that are holding you guys back that we want to really just cut out as a whole? So starting with number 1 is really just going to be getting rid of that get rich quick mindset. You know what I mean? Just completely throwing away the thought of getting rich quick, and really just knowing that seeing success within the market is going to really just be a whole journey, a whole process, and you need to understand that. So understand that whole get rich quick thing, that mindset that you have, regardless of how well your trading journey is going, you should just completely throw that mindset away and really just ultimately understand that seeing success as a whole, maintaining profitability in the markets as a whole, is going to come with a big process. So keep that in mind, but obviously with all good, amazing things come with that process, that journey that you have to go through, right? Next is obviously overthinking. I know this is something that a lot of you guys actually do, or a lot of you guys actually probably have to deal with, is just overthinking within the markets, right? Never overthink while trading. While certain tools or certain things may be confusing, as confusing as they can be, the best way to get more comfortable, the best way to learn more about these things, more about these levels, etc., is by actually doing it, by actually using them. That's the best way to really get yourself more comfortable and more familiar with these things, is by actually doing it. So also step 2, number 2, really just cutting out that whole overthinking factor, right? Because trading, obviously, you're going to be learning new things, and putting yourself in new situations and scenarios. So overthinking is the last thing you want to do, because you're going to learn, right? Regardless of what it's about, you're going to learn. And learning comes with taking action, trying new things, right? The more you try new things, the more you take action, the more you're going to get familiar with it. Moving on to the third thing that you should get rid of that's holding you back is by having multiple strategies, or like having too many different ways to trade. Obviously, it's okay if you have different confirmations for your trades, but having multiple different strategies or trading multiple different concepts can be pretty tricky for you. It can not be the best. It's like when you're playing basketball, you really only want to focus on playing one position, on being one position, whether it's a point guard, shooting guard. That goes to trading. You only want to focus on trading that one concept, trading that one strategy, because if you have multiple, you're kind of going to be all over the place. You're simply just your head's going to be all over the place. Decisions are going to be all over the place. And realistically, the more you focus on one strategy, the more you're able to obviously practice it. You know what I mean? Rather than having multiple, you have to practice multiple, and obviously that comes with time. Everything does come with time, but multiple strategies come with even more time. You know what I mean? So moving on to the last thing, or one of the main last things that we should really ultimately get rid of, is just by cutting out the wrong material that you guys are, obtaining. Whether that's YouTube videos, whether that's mentors, whether that's, different stuff on social media, you need to cut certain things out. Because let's say, for example, you have two mentors or you have multiple different mentors, right? Those two mentors are obviously going to have different trading styles, they're going to have different experiences, they're going to have different strengths and different weaknesses. So one mentor is going to be telling you another thing and the other mentor is going to be telling you another thing, right? Because obviously they have different experiences, different strengths. So that's just going to kind of put you all over the place and not really understand what's right, what's wrong, what you should focus on, what you should prevent. So you really just need to find the certain type of style, the certain type of mentor, the certain type of YouTube channel that's going to provide you with the best type of information, that's going to provide you with the information that is similar to your trading style. You know what I mean? There's YouTube videos everywhere, mentors everywhere, Discord communities everywhere, but you never want to mix that all up. You know, you really just want to focus on one person, on one community. Obviously you can, you know, maybe add another one or two or three, whatever the case may be, but it's best to just focus on that main type of material that best matches your trading style or best matches you as a person. Because like I mentioned, if you're learning from multiple different people, you don't really know what's right or what's wrong, or you don't really know what you should actually focus on. You know what I mean? So that's why you should really just lock in with that one person, that one community, that one mentor, you etc. You guys know what I mean. So that's going to be that. Now, moving on. What are some things that we should actually focus on? You know, focusing on doing the right things. What are a couple of the main things that are really going to help us most in terms of having that mindset shift and also just preventing us from, you know, literally being pussies on the charts? So number one is simply very, very self-explanatory, but some of you fail to do this, is just educating yourself, right? Constantly educate yourself about the markets, constantly educate yourself about how you can best craft a strategy slash plan to your trading style, right? Still to this day, even myself, you guys see how much progress I've made as a trader and how well I do, but I am still constantly educating myself. I'm still learning, I'm still recapping on different things. I'm still, you know, focusing on continuously getting to the next level. There's never always a top, but there is improvements of the levels that you're on. You know what I mean? And that's what you guys need to do. You need to continue to improve your levels. But in order for you to improve your level, you need to go through that level first, experience that level, like a GTA mission. You need to experience that mission, go through that mission, pass that mission first before you can get to that next level. It's the exact same thing with trading. You need to experience that certain phase that you're going through, whether it's the beginner phase, intermediate phase. You need to experience that stuff and then dive on into the next level, whether it may be focusing on more advanced things, sizing up, whatever the case may be. So that's obviously going to be the main thing, educating yourself. That also kind of goes back to number 4 on getting rid of what's holding you back, is cutting out, you know, the wrong type of material. You also want to make sure that the material that you are focusing on, like I said, is what matches you best. So moving on to number 2 on focusing on doing the right things is, like I also mentioned earlier, right? One strategy, focusing on one strategy. Focus on only using one main strategy, because simply you're just able to put all of your time into perfecting that one strategy, and instead of having multiple other strategies, right, that you'll have to put time towards to practice. But let's say you only have one strategy, you get to put all of your time towards that strategy every single day, every single trading day. You get to be on the charts, you get to take trades, execute trades. And, you know, regardless of if it's a W or a loss, every single trade that you're taking with that strategy is just building up your experience, building up your muscle memory with that strategy. Even if you don't think it is, every single trade is building up your experience and muscle memory, because moving forward, you'll be like, okay, I remember last time I did this and then my trade resulted in this. Or you're like, okay, I remember last trade I was on the charts and I saw this and price led to this. So that's why simply just being on the chart start simply just practicing is literally going to be your best friend. It's so self-explanatory, but some of you simply just fail to actually do it. So that's going to be, the second main thing on focusing on doing the right thing is just simply having one main strategy. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier too, you can have different confirmations for your strategy, but one strategy is key, ideal. Third, of focusing on doing the right thing is going through the process. I mentioned this simply earlier as well, but you guys need to understand the road to profitability is going to be a journey, guys. This is, going to come with many different losses. It's going to come with many humbling moments. So you need to understand that this whole trading journey, this whole trading scene, especially if you really want to make it and be success, it's going to be a process. It's going to be a journey, but that's literally just like anything else in life or any other high income skill or high, obtainable skill that you need. It comes with the process. It comes with the journey. And that's exactly how trading is. And if you're simply not willing to put in that time, energy, and effort to go through the process, then you can stay being a bum and you can stay being where everyone else is, right? But if you just put in the time, there's absolutely no reason you can't make this happen. Going on to the fourth thing is recapping every single trade, right? You guys need to review every single trade that is taken, regardless of if it is a loss or a win, right? You need to see if there was anything that you could have done better in that trade, anything that you could have prevented in that trade. So moving on into your next trades in the future, you're more comfortable, you know what you're doing, and you know the mistakes that you previously made, so you can prevent those mistakes moving on into your future trades to obviously result in a better outcome. So keep that in mind. Those are definitely some key things as well that you want to make sure you're focusing on. You want to make sure you're doing so you have your mindset in place, you have your goals in place, and you just have your all-around vision, straight in place in mind. Moving on to the next slide. You have to want it, guys. You have to want it. I know you can't see it right here, but let me... You have to want it. Seriously, you have to want it. Like, this isn't something everyone can do. Being simply honest, this isn't something everyone can do. And I'm not, telling you guys directly to the members that are watching this. I'm just saying trading simply isn't for everyone, right? Obviously, everyone has different interests and whatever the case may be. As powerful as trading can benefit your life, it's simply just not for everyone. It's only for a certain amount of people that are really driven and really, want this shit, right? It simply has the ability to change your life in many different aspects, but it requires consistency, hard work, and just drive to want to constantly get better. So, just like any other high income skill too, like I mentioned, this is going to take time. But if you simply continue to put in the work, stay on track, and focus on, staying consistent with a plan, with a strategy that's built to you, like I mentioned, stay consistent with that, get better with that. There is absolutely no reason that you guys will not see success, but it just does take time. I can't give you a certain, amount of time. Everyone is different. Everyone, has different trading experiences, styles, financial situations that can benefit or not benefit, their trading. So it's different for everyone, but what isn't different for everyone, what does stay the same, is if you stay consistent, you grind, you stay on track, and you just consistently focus on getting better in all aspects, putting the puzzle pieces together. At a certain point, there's no reason that it's just going to just snap for you and click for you and just really starting to build up from there. You know what I mean? Moving on. Never compare yourself, right? Never compare yourself to other traders. You guys need to understand that everyone is their own trader, and everyone, has different experiences and, have been in the markets for a different amount of times. So just focus on your own progress, focus on yourself within, the market that you're trading in. I'm sure most of you are trading in the stock market with me, but never compare yourself to other traders regardless of the experience barrier, whether they're more experienced than you, less experienced than you know, at the same level. Never compare them. You know, let's say that there's a trader that has been trading for the same amount of time as you, but let's say they're doing better, you know, they've had better amount of progress or results. You know, don't compare them to your, or don't compare yourself to them, or don't compare yourself to their trading. Just focus on yourself, focus on your journey, focus on getting better, and like I mentioned earlier, focus on the mistakes you're making and how you can prevent those mistakes moving forward to obviously result your trades, result your psychology, emotions in a better outcome. And then moving on, never chase the money. Literally let it come to you. That's how it works once it gets to a certain point. It'll just come to you. You won't even really realize it. You know, understand that your success is simply just based off of your experience within the market. So the more experience you have, the more you educate yourself, the more you learn, you know, the more that you're really going to start to see more success within the markets, because you're just going to simply see more things, be more comfortable with taking trades, be more comfortable with your strategy. So experience is simply based off of, you know, success as well. That's a huge factor. I'm not saying it's the main thing, but that's a huge factor as well. The more time you put in, you know, each aspect starts to improve. Like I, you know, have been saying, it's kind of like a puzzle. You just put the puzzle pieces together, and over time, the puzzle starts to build up and up and up. You know, never overcomplicate things too. The only way you can get more comfortable and get more experience with certain things is by actually doing it. Trial and error is going to be your absolute best friend. When I first started trading, I would lose so much. I realistically, I never even paper traded it at all when I first started trading. It's because when I first started trading a couple of years ago, paper trading was around, but it wasn't really as big as it is now, you know? So it wasn't really like something I even like kind of even knew about, if I was being honest. I was just trading with my own funds, trading with my own money. I was a high school kid, so I really didn't have much. I only had like a couple $100 here and there, saved up, whatever the case may be. But, you know, I just continue to lose and lose and lose and lose. And I would get to the point where I'm like, why am I losing? Why am I losing so much? And I would recap on my trades, recap on my losses, and I just get so fed up to the point where I was like, okay, I don't want to lose anymore. And that just made me be so much more disciplined with following the plan, following a plan that was built to me, and also just following my rules, you know, because when I was losing consistently, I never had a set of rules, I never had a plan, I never had a strategy. I was just really trading to trade, just bullshit trading. And I'm sure you guys have been there, you know what I mean? So that's why trial and error losses are literally going to be your best friend, because you're just going to simply understand what you did wrong, and, you know, be able to realize those mistakes, realize those things that you are doing wrong, so you can prevent them going on into your trades moving forward. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, that's really going to be that. And then just to kind of wrap it up, some statistics, you guys can even look it up online. Only about 20% of all day traders end up being profitable. You know, 20%, 20 out of 80, right? 20% end up actually being profitable when they stick through, when they put in time, when, you know, they do their thing. Only about 20%, right? So you need to do everything in your ability to become a part of that small percent, you know, especially a part of the Tukhi trading community, a part of the winners, the winning team. I tell you guys each and every single day, your biggest motivation should be being a part of that small percentage and showing yourself mainly, and also people around you, but yourself mainly, that you're a king, you're a winner, you can do this shit, you're a boss, you know, that you really are number one. So simply your biggest motivation should just, you know, be your biggest motivation should not be giving up. You know what I mean? So that's that. And that would really wrap up the masterclass. You know, never give up. That should just, like, the thought of even giving up should just make you guys angry. You know, it should make you angry. It should piss you off, because it should just be like, I put in this much time, I put in this much work, I should not be giving up, right? I should not be just leaving my position after everything that I put in, especially if you didn't get the results that you wanted. So continue to grind, continue to put in the work, and just like a recap of everything we went over, just really all around, just focus, 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 educate yourself, and mainly just focus on providing yourself with the right things, whether that be the right material that you're providing yourself with, whether that be educating yourself each and every single day, whether that be perfecting your craft and building some type of strategy that's fit to you and practicing with your strategy. Just focus on doing the right things and take trading seriously, but don't take it too seriously. You know what I mean? Because realistically, it shouldn't be taken too seriously. I know this doesn't really make sense, but it shouldn't be taken too seriously, but it should still be obviously be taken serious to the point where you're putting in that time and effort, energy, etc. You know what I mean? So that's going to be that, but this is going to wrap up day 2, the second lesson of the masterclass. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. I hope the camera looks good. You guys cannot lie, this camera is looking a lot better. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Other than that, much love. If you ever have any questions, feel free to ask me in the Discord or DM me, whatever the case may be. I'll see you guys soon. Much love.